Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Factorio. And heck yeah, I've been looking forward to this particular episode so much. I thought it would be a little bit sooner, but here we are. We will be doing our research today. In the comment section you made me aware of a couple of things that I should consider with this contraption, so I redesigned it slightly. For the most part it is still the same. I'm also gonna put a blueprint in today's description. But anyhow, we're mixing up the materials like we did previously, except with the white signs I needed to loop back a little bit and put it into the first splitter again. It might make a little bit more sense once it is actually running, but this up here is the line where everything is mixed together, and I decided to go down below here in order to be able to connect it to the logistics network. And this is gonna be our mixed output belt going into the science labs. Of course, we still have to fill them up with productivity modules, which we shall do, and I figured approximately 3 rows of that should serve us well. So I'm gonna turn this around, turn it around one more time. There you go. Spider, I might need a couple more beacons. And then instead of going down at this point, here, we wanna go up into the next row, and then it's gonna come out the other side. It's gonna come out right here, and we wanna go up, come on, up again. And it's gonna go through another row of science labs until it finally arrives here. And at this point we wanna go down, let me see, probably go down here and then join up with the belt that is going back into the input, sorting everything out. Okay, for now this is gonna be one unit taking care of the science. Now we need to make sure that whenever we don't have a full supply of science packs, we kind of want to regulate the inputs and the mixing. Also, there are some researches, for instance the one I'm doing right now, that doesn't require purple research. And so we kind of need a simple way to detect that. Now we could go complicated, but I think I want to keep it as simple as possible, and if I can do so, then let's do it. First things first, we want to detect this belt. So whenever we come back with the science packs that we haven't used and we are sorting them out, they are going to be sorted up here. Red is going up here. And if they accumulate here, that means we have enough red and we shouldn't resupply new ones. This means I'm gonna connect this belt together with this belt right here. And what I want to do here is say read contents, hold, and then whenever we read more than, let's say, just one red science pack, then we want to stop the belt or enable the belt if the science packs are below 1, so 0. Actually, I'm not so sure. Maybe 2 is a better number for this. Yeah, let's set it to 2. And then we want to do this for all the colors. So green would be here. We want to do it with gray. We want to do it with blue. We want to do it with purple, yellow, and then finally the white. So give me just a second to do exactly that. Said and done, and we should be taking care of the first failure condition, namely having too many of one science packs coming back and then clogging up the system. It's always going to use up the old packs that already went through a round before supplying new ones. But there's still a potential failure, namely we could run out of a particular science pack and then we kind of want to detect this and get everything to a grinding halt. The way we could accomplish this is by hooking up the white belt here. Let me actually figure out something nice here. We're gonna do red for this guy here. So we want to detect if we have exactly 8 red science packs or not in this belt. So read the contents for this one. And then if we have a maximum of 8 science packs, meaning a full belt, then we want to enable this guy. So let's say red science packs, exactly 8, please. That would be great. And then only if we actually have the supply of red science packs, this belt is going to continue. And this is of course the entirety of the mixture. Therefore, everything comes to a halt before clogging up the system. We're gonna do the same thing with green for this belt, then gray for this belt. The blue one is gonna do here, then purple. Let's see, we can do that over here, yellow, and finally white. So I just have to set this up. All of these are gonna read the contents, and then all of these are gonna stop if we don't supply enough science packs. there we go. Said and done for everything. We can see all of these guys are active until we get to the one that is connected to the white belt, because we don't have any white science packs just yet, and therefore the entirety of the contraption will come to a halt. But let's think about another failure point. This is only going to be one science station, and of course, because we only lead one entire belt through it with all the materials, we will not be using up an entire blue belt and therefore not researching 2700 per minute. However, we can always split the belts, like we can split each of these belts, then lead them up and just build an exact copy of this science contraption in order to do so. However, until that happens, we run the risk of accumulating too many white science packs, and therefore I believe the packs would just be wasted. Now I wonder, can I hook up the silo? No, not really, but we could potentially stop the inserters. And so without any more freaking ado, let's get the inserters placed here. Oh yes, finally doing the rockets again. Oh my gosh, this took a while, but there we go. Let's set these to auto launch. I still want to be careful that I don't overproduce, and oh my gosh, yep, there's a mistake here. Well, not really a mistake, but I need to make sure these distribute a little bit better because the stack inserters are taking them just from one side. But there we go, this should be better now. We are already at 50%. Oh, the first one is going to be epic because all the rockets are going to launch at the same time. And we can also see some trains are already incoming. Okay, this is going to be great. Oh, there we go. First rocket is going for it. Actually, there's one thing that kind of bothers me at the moment. I kind of don't want these wires to overlap. So I'm just quickly gonna remove them and set them up in a more logical way so that they don't overlap. There we go. White science packs are incoming, and that means I can get the contraption started. Let me do this correctly. I want this to start at the same time, even though right now it should be foolproof. But if I can help it, I would like to guarantee an epic start. So there you go. Everything's starting at the same time. Let's see if it actually works out. The beginning, of course, is going to be a little bit more chaotic, but the longer we let it run, I believe the better is going to be the distribution and the mixture. There we go. We are starting to research exactly what I wanted to see. And then by the time the belts went through all 3 rows, we should have used up a lot of the science packs. We might have to add a couple more laps in order to do so, but I wasn't really sure how many are required. Guys, we're doing it, and then the second rocket is already launching, and look at that, we are now completely full, and this is going to be the problem. I would like to keep this at auto launch, but then we kind of need to make sure we don't overproduce and potentially lose some science. And we can now also see, for instance, since we are not using the purple science for this, yeah, purple is not being touched, the purple line right here also came to a halt. We are essentially reusing the purple we are not using for the research, and then since this belt right here is full, no new purple can go in. And that is essentially the idea. I know it is very simple, and we will have to let some time pass to see whether or not this is really foolproof. The worst thing at the moment I believe that can happen is that it just comes to a grinding halt whenever we are missing one type of research pack. But I have to say, so far I'm pretty happy. The only unsolved thing is the rocket silos. Like, this guy wants to launch a rocket again, but we are not really ready. So I think what I want to do is make sure we can unload as quickly as possible. Then maybe I can connect the belt here with the power pole and these 3 inserters. We want to read the contents of this belt, and then the inserters should only go if we have fewer than 7 or fewer than 8. Yeah, let's say less than 8. And we can basically copy this over for all inserters, and of course we also have to make sure that we connect them. So now the input inserters are actually deactivated because we have all of these belts full, and as soon as there is one science pack missing, new science packs are going to be delivered, and we'll have to see if that really results in gaps or not. Since we have 3 rocket silos, it might not be that much of an issue. Also, I think we should make sure to always have some research going on for us. For instance, I would like to see some more worker robot speed. So 32,000 science packs. I think this is going to be a good test for the contraption here. And now we're also using up all the various science packs, therefore purple should soon enough be activated again once we have used up the old packs. So what do you say? The way we've built it at the end of the episode previously wasn't foolproof, but yeah, I kind of had to wait for your feedback and then also do some more finicky stuff myself. Now one thing I wonder is, why did I do it like this? I could have had it at the same spot. Man, for the blueprint I have to do this. So really I wanted this connected to here. That makes more sense. And then this guy to here, and we copy over those settings. Okay, I got it. I got this, guys. Now it's nice and even. Anyways, I'm gonna be blueprinting the contraption here, and you can see not many science packs are coming back. Maybe we could add a 4th row. I'm not so sure though. Now you can see purple is being used again, but we don't use that many military science packs. As a matter of fact, we are not using them at all, which is why they came to a halt. This is great. So far, this is working out absolutely phenomenal. Let's also make sure that we don't actually launch more rockets if not necessary. These 3 rockets, they can go, but then only... no, this is a problem. Hello, I want to explain something. Can you shut up for a moment? Look at this. Oh no, this is not good. If we don't have enough science packs here, then it's already too late to take care of another load. Because after that, it's gonna take forever. What if instead of putting them on a belt, we first put them in chests and then check the contents of the chests? I think this might be a much better solution, because right now we are not producing another rocket because we have way more than enough science packs, but once that runs out, we are also out of luck. So that's one change I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that off camera. Right now, I don't want to get run over by a train. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the start of this episode. One more thing I need to check now that we are actually doing some research. Yeah, look at this. Everything's still calm. There are not even that many trains on the go. All the smelters are filled up. Oh my gosh, everything is running smoothly. I love it. Woo. Of course, we're not using that many science packs just yet, but as I said, we're gonna be doubling up on that as soon as I know it is functioning well. Alright guys, I left the system running a little bit. There were a couple of mistakes. For instance, we did not have any fuel for all of the trains up here because I usually fuel them when they deliver something. However, some of the materials such as the control unit and of course all of the science packs, they just load up the science packs and then bring them over to the station. So what I had to do is implement a requester chest, just requesting some nuclear fuel, and of course I added that as a storage chest here somewhere at the bottom. Anyhow, the system has been running for quite a while. I also exchanged those chests here as mentioned. So now we are tracking 2 chests, and whenever they reach a maximum of 50,000, then we're gonna disable the inserters. As you can see, I also already split up the lines. It is just happening right here as we are exporting them, and I'm bringing them all the way up here to a secondary contraption that is doing the exact same thing. I also already implemented a 3rd split right here that is gonna go all the way up. So theoretically, what we should be able to do is grab all of this right here and then just attach it at the top. Looks like I just have the space for it, so that is pretty good. I'm gonna try to build that in one go. Hopefully, probably don't have enough modules. Yeah, I definitely don't have enough modules, but you get the basic gist. It is pretty easy to daisy chain this. I think what I'm gonna do is give you this blueprint right here. So all you have to do is insert the lines here. That would be red, green, and so on and so forth until white. And then you can just daisy chain it at the very top. And that should make it fairly easy. I'm gonna call it Sushi Science. I'm gonna give this a lab icon, create blueprint, and that's what you're gonna get in the description. I grabbed the missing modules. We're gonna distribute them. And yeah, there we go. That's looking good. So we can hook all of this up now. And the science is distributing. Let's see. We of course now wait for everything to fill up properly. This is great. Feels like this cannot fail at the moment. And look at that. This looks curious. Oh man, I just love this game. But here we go. I totally forgot the science labs. We're gonna need 21. But this is gonna be a good stress test while we are not using any packs at all. Give me 21 labs, please. There we go, sushi belt was almost full, but here come the labs. Okay, very nice. I so far really like this system, and now we are going to town. Let's actually check out the previous 10 minutes. I know we're not yet mega base status in terms of consumption. Yeah, we are consuming around 700 science packs per minute at the moment. Well, it's not too shabby, and mind you, that is without the addition. In the previous hour, we consumed approximately 650 per minute, so at least this is somewhat constant. We are doing definitely over 500 per minute, even on a longer time frame. And now we just have to observe. Can we actually keep up? Are we using the belts efficiently enough? For instance, even with the third module, it feels like this belt could flow a little bit more. So in due time, I will definitely add a fourth module, maybe once I'm motivated enough to get rid of the rails there. But I already know if we consume the science packs too quickly, then we are gonna end up with a very bad domino effect. So I want to add these modules over time. For instance, right now I can already tell we might not be able to keep up with all the smelting, though on the other side, yeah, I'm gonna need more trains for this. I mean, it is still looking good, but there are now many stations that need to be refilled, which means we eventually have to tap into more resources. We might have to double up on the amount of resources we can ship, and that's just gonna be a process. But already over 600 science packs a minute at this stage is pretty good in my books. Alrighty, I've been observing the situation for a little bit. At the moment we ran out of white science packs because we are missing some ingredients here. But my biggest problem at the moment is some rush hour traffic with the trains, and it mostly accumulates right here when the trains try to interact with each other. Before we go too crazy with expansion, I want to make sure the trains are as fast as they can be. Right now, of course, they still have to stop too frequently, but if we lead more trains above here and then make them go down before they do anything else, especially for the ore and smelting portion, we will basically create a giant roundabout with almost no train intersection activity. So before we do anything else, let's maybe get started with this portion here. That's going to be fairly easy because nothing is in the way. Other than that, I will slowly but surely have to disassemble these mining sites and relocate them. You can see the trains are accumulating here as well, and that just causes everything to be slower than necessary. So without any further ado, let's make sure this actually happens. I would like trains to go towards the top as of this point. We will have to do the same thing right here. So maybe let's get rid of this part. As of this point, you should drive up, and you as well. And the down option is gone. Another signal here, and then I guess we can already go straight up. Let's try that. We're gonna have to implement a signal every now and then, so the trains don't have to wait for too long as they go up. But there we go. We want to end up approximately here. Set up another intersection for you. Just want to make sure no other signals are in the way. Maybe clear this a little bit so we have the overview. And then connect this, and this should already allow the trains to go. Of course, I still have to build the rail. Okay, there we go. The rail is built, and as you can see, these trains are now also going up, and they should be going all the way up here. Where is it? Yeah, right there. Intersection seems to be working as well. Okay, so these can queue up as well, and they are not gonna bother the train traffic at the bottom anymore. We will basically have to do this for all of the stations now, at least the ones that are on the left side. We might be able to get away leaving the rest as it is. We'll have to observe that. That essentially means I'm gonna have to route through this oil patch. Also, some of this has to go... I'm not so sure. This is really bothering me. Maybe I'm just gonna bring them over for the time being, but eventually I will have to get another depot anyways. We don't need the oil patch necessarily, but I would like to keep the iron ore patch here. So maybe we're just gonna bring things over here to the line that is already connecting towards the top, and then that will also do. But yeah, for now, I think I've reached my goals. I'm gonna keep doing what I just did with the one line. And then by the beginning of the next episode, we will be better able to calculate what other trains and stations we actually need to get to the 1000 signs per minute. And yeah, we're just gonna be expanding and going nuts like this from this point on. With that out of the way, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye bye.